what's going on, guys? This is 8675309-858. I don't know how well you can hear me because my iPod with YouTube capture, it's not as well. I'm going to try to talk loud so you guys can hear me. But if you can't hear me as much, make sure you turn up the volume, just a little disclaimer and all that stuff. But just so that way, just figure out what's going on with things. Anyway, um, this has been a heated topic lately going on in the NASCAR community because this is a pretty big deal, and this is regarding to the Tony Stewart, Kevin Ware Jr. I believe that's his name. Ware or Ward? I think it's Kevin Ward. I could be wrong though, but yeah, Kevin Ward Jr. There we go. Now, this is a pretty shocking news. When I first found this out, this was about a little bit after 1 o'clock in the morning, somewhat, and something like that, where I hear that Stewart intentionally ran over Ward Jr. And everyone's like, well, we gotta wait till this article's been released and they confirm the news. And I'm definitely one of those people that wants to see it to believe it. What happened was, I looked at it on both sides. That if he did, and he was just trying to not hit him, but yeah. Here's the thing though, honestly. This is the main deal what happened. I'll just skip on details. They were at New York, small dirt track, a little bit outside of Watkins Glen. Stewart's racing there just to get that racing feeling and all that stuff. And Ward Jr., he got taken out. He spun out and he hit the wall and all that stuff. I'm guessing his car was done. Now, I don't know what Ward Jr. was thinking. He got out of the car, and I think he was just showing displeasure to Tony. I think the basic lesson first off when you crash is just stay in the car. I don't care if you're pissed, just stay in the car. Wait till there's people to come and get you. That's simple as that. I mean, shit. Every time that Danica's wrecked, you don't see her get out of the damn car trying to go after the person that went after her, like the ghost or something. Shit. But, I kind of feel like it's been a double fault. It's a little bit of Ward Jr.'s fault and a little bit of Stewart's fault. Now, Stewart, on the hand, he tried to avoid Ward. Two other cars tried to avoid him and missed. Stewart ended up hitting him, and his body was going to fly around like 20 feet. And what the doctor had said on the cause, he probably had a broken neck from that hit, which probably caused his death. Now, honestly, what I think about is that first up and foremost, Ward Jr. should have not been out of the car. That was just a very dumb idea. I don't know why he did that. That was not very smart. I mean, just not a smart move. Now, if you want to know honestly about dirt tracks, I don't pay attention to it as much, but I know there's two people that know it pretty damn well, and I think they honestly know a damn truth about it. And those two people, if you ever want to check them out to see like their reaction thing, I know one of them's already done his, but I don't know about the other. Chris Washer, who's a big diehard dirt freak, knows about the sprint cars and all that stuff. He already did his, and then there's Kyle Sosnowski. He hasn't done his yet, but I guarantee he probably will, or I probably haven't seen it yet, but yeah, it's just, I saw their perspective, and I can honestly agree, because, I can hear it from, like, a dirt track racing version of it. I guess you can somewhat say it as that. Well, a person who watches dirt racing, that's a basic way to say it. And obviously those sprint cars, obviously they're so little, they don't, they're hard to turn. They really are. And I can believe it. I've seen a few sprint car races, how crazy they are. And we've seen how crazy, like, lately in the past year or two, how dramatic these cars can be. We lost Jason Leffler out of that one. Tony Stewart got into a broken leg off that. Two more driver deaths came off those. I mean, it's been ridiculous. Those cars have just been a death machine. They really have been. I'm not saying, like, we shouldn't use those cars, but it's getting out of control where this is getting pretty bad. And they need to fix that. But, I really don't think Stewart was trying to get him. I really don't think so. And another thing too is that Ward Jr. was trying to intimidate him. Um, Honestly, when I first thought about this, when reading the article and then the video, I had to think really hard and think, I'm not trying to defend on one side. I'm just going from the bottom of my heart and knowing from what I've seen to what I'm putting on in the video. Now, I guarantee you, Stewart, he's probably going to have like a big interview or something sometime today, who knows, about the incident. If he does, then I think every NASCAR fan is going to be on the edge of their seat listening to Stewart on that and explaining from his side what happened. I bet you he's not going to be feeling pretty happy. That's pretty sad, too, because it's just terrible. The good thing that he's doing is that he's cooperating with the police to investigate on this cause, which is good. But I think the thing where I'm trying to say is that I will say it first and foremost. This is definitely very sad. I will honestly say that without a doubt, hands down, that is very sad to hear that someone had gotten struck by a car. Undoubtedly, that is sad, and it's just unfortunate. And I think whether you're a racing fan or not, you would never think that you'd be able to hear that. Like, even though my dad and my stepmom, they're not here, but I guarantee you, once I ask them and go, hey, Stuart, he ran over someone there, and I guarantee you can ask that to a non-NASCAR fan, and you tell them that would blow their mind. That would be like, I would have never thought that could have ever happened. I thought, those guys are, they can't get heated, but they're not going to be, like, super crazy. Well, that's what they think. But honestly, as a racing fan myself, obviously I only pay attention to NASCAR. I'll pay a little bit of attention to IndyCar when it comes to, like, certain events and all that, but, honestly, though, it's really hard to say. I think it's a double fault, though. Ward Jr., first off, should have not been out of his car. He should have waited till, like, there's people there to drive up there saying if he was okay, and then make sure the cars are slowing down and all that stuff, and that way they aren't going to hit the damn guy. That's simple enough. That's number one. Stewart, though, he could have, like, used a lane lower to not hit this guy. But, it starts off with the first incident, though. Ward Jr. should have not been out of his car. It's just that simple. Don't get me wrong. I am not going against Ward Jr. I am not. I feel 100% bad what happened to him. But just, it's simple, though. You don't get out of your car when you're wrecked. You can't drive it. Don't get out. Wait. It blows my mind. It really does. And I see it on my Facebook where just people who are Tony Stewart fans are like, oh my god, I hate him. Oh, hate, the hate train, all that stuff. Oh my god. It's just, And I feel like there's like, out of the people that I know in our community, that think that Tony did this as an accident, it wasn't really intentional, are probably about 3 or 4 people. And it's really, really shocking. Now, if you disagree with me, I'm stating my point of view. Don't get mad at me when this happens. This is my point of view, what I'm saying. You don't like what I'm saying? Okay, fine. I totally get it. But it's just, I'm stating my opinion. My opinion only. That's it. And, it's hard to imagine right now what Tony can be thinking at this point. But it's just, it blows my mind. It really does. It pretty much shocked me. It really did. And I remember, like, last night at about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning when I was up, I was just waiting just in case if that article came up and all that, and just all that stuff. But, very tough and hard to imagine, but, obviously, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Ward. Will be definitely missed. So he's starting up there, Stewart. If I had a message to Tony Stewart right now, who obviously isn't racing at Watkins Glen, but if I had to give a message to Tony, I'd be giving him I would definitely feel bad. Don't get me wrong. You gotta stay strong. Just answer what the police needs to tell you. And just don't let the hate train get on you, man. Just stay strong. Just keep being you as a racing competitor, and you're all good to go. That's simple as that. As a racing competitor, you know what you're doing. You're doing good. Just race well, man. Stay strong, Tony. All that stuff. That would be my message to him. So, that's it, guys. Just wanted to share my opinion. Thanks, guys, for watching. I appreciate it.